Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021, and I am on the Maddron Bald Trail. Just left the trailhead. That's between Greenbrier and Cosby, and I am on a 3-day backpacking trip by myself. Robin couldn't come, but she's here in spirit. And yeah, I'll stay 2 nights. And I think between 20 and 25 miles maybe. So I'm very excited. This is my last hot weather backpacking trip of the season. So, and it's going to be a hot one, but that's okay. I'm prepared. I'm still on the Maddron Bald Trail, about a half mile in, but I wanted to show you that I am carrying a new pack. I mean, not a new pack, but a different pack today. I have been, since I started in February in the Smokies, I've been carrying the Osprey Aura, I think is what it's called, 65 liter, and I really like it. It truly is a Cadillac of backpacks. But it is heavier. It's about between 4 and 4.5 pounds, just the pack itself. And this is my first real backpack. It is the ULA Circuit. I think it's also 65 liter. And I've loved it from the first time I used it. But it doesn't compartmentalize. And I like to have my things kind of organized in pockets. And while it has great and deep pockets, they aren't, it's not like you have a place where you can put this kind of stuff and a place to put that kind of stuff, like zippers and such, that the Osprey has. So whenever I'm winter backpacking or carrying a lot of stuff, I tend to want that Osprey. But today, because it's so warm, I don't have a sleeping bag. I have a sleeping bag liner, and I think it gives me 15 degrees, but I probably won't even need that. So I don't have that. And while I did bring some luxuries like my knife, my saw, I should say, because I do like to have my campfires, I also brought my chair because I like to have a little bit of comfort. But I did not bring my muscle roller. I didn't really use it the past couple trips, and it's like a pound. I also didn't bring, what else didn't I bring? There's a few things that I didn't bring, sorry. So normally my weight in my backpack, or included in my backpack, is usually about 32, sometimes 34 pounds. I don't know that I've had it down to 30 when I've actually backpacked with it. But today, the weight of this pack is 22 pounds with everything in it. I don't know how I did that. I guess all the luxuries that, I didn't bring my second sleeping pad. I used 2 sleeping pads. I use the closed cell foam pad, the Thermarest Z-Lite. And I know several of you have asked about, now that I've stopped, all the gnats are coming out. You've asked about like a gear video and such, and I will do one of those. It's just been hard. It's been kind of a busy life lately, so I will get that out. But I usually use that, and then I use the Climate B Static insulated pad. Together, they have a combined 7 R value. Well, I did not need extra insulation, obviously, but also I'm just trying to kind of lighten my load and work on things. And this is the first backpacking trip that I've taken without that second pad, the Thermarest pad. Just kind of wanted to see how it was. I thought 2 nights without it isn't going to be that bad. The reason I stopped is because I'm still on Maddron Bald, like I said, about a little over a half mile in, but I wanted you to see this little cabin here, if I can figure out my new camera. There we go. This is the first trip I've used it on. It's got some pretty cool features, and I just wanted to get away from using my phone because my phone's kind of got some wear and tear on it, so I don't have to pull it out so much now. But this little cabin is about, I think my watch says 0.67 miles up the Maddron Bold Trail. It says the Willis Baxter cabin, built about 1889. Had no idea this was here. It was probably in the hiking book. I took a shuttle today. I dropped my car off at, it's the second parking lot for the Rainbow Falls Trail, just before you get to the actual one-way road. That's where I'm going to end. And I had a shuttle driver, Leanne, pick me up. She was super nice. It was a great ride out here. Very well priced. I made it to my first junction. I've just come the 1.2 miles from the trailhead of Maddron Bald. And as you see, if I continue on Maddron Bald, I'm going to come to Albright Grove, and then Campsite 29 and Snake Den Ridge. And you could eventually get to the AT from there. But I'm going to go down this trail right here. It's Old Settlers Trail. So I've got 9.2 miles to my campsite, and then tomorrow I will pass through Greenbrier Cove onto Grapeyard Ridge. There is another trail at this junction. This is Gabe's Mountain Trail. There's a National Park Service truck parked here, which, you know, this is an old roadbed, so. But I've never seen a ranger. I have started my 900 miler in February, and have hiked roughly every month since then. And I've never seen a park ranger. You're supposed to bring all of your permit information. They will ask you for it. So if I do happen to see this guy, there we go, figured it out, or girl, they'll probably ask me for my permit, because they're supposed to, but they could be up in any one of these trails. So as you see, the hares come up, the coulee pad has come, or chili pad, excuse me, have come out. I followed a creek most of the way up here, and then down Old Settlers Trail. I will be crossing creeks. I probably will be getting my feet wet as well. There's supposed to be a lot of crossings, so some of them I think are just rock hops. So I'm going to sit here for a moment. There's a nice little bench here. I'm going to drink my water, and then I'm going to head on. So I'll talk to you down the trail. My first rock hop of the day. Looks like it'll be an easy one. That rock hop was an epic fail. I was almost across, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a mossy rock or what, but I nearly swam. I got my feet wet, but it feels really good, and I guess it's going to happen at some point today, so I did not fall. There's no way I'm not getting wet, so I just hope I stay on my feet. Well, that was a short crossing. That's the deepest I've ever been. The bottoms of my short are wet. I just got to my third creek crossing. I think it might be a rock hop, I'm hoping. But right after the last one where I got so wet, I ran into the two National Park Service employees that the truck belonged to. And they are working on a footbridge for that particular crossing. Apparently there was one up there, but they had to take it down because it was rotting. So they should have it up soon. They're very, very nice guys, able to ask them a few questions. One of the guys grew up about 30 minutes from where I live now, so it's always nice to run into them. Okay, made it to campsite 33. It is 6:30. This was a long day. Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. I am at campsite 33 on the Old Settlers Trail. I have about 6.5 miles to Greenbrier, where I hope to just hang out there for a while, have some lunch. About that time I should be getting there, they should be having some thunderstorms in the area. So when I leave there, I'm going to cross the Greenbrier Road and head up the Grapeyard Ridge Trail to campsite 32. Yesterday when I mentioned that I thought it was a 70% humidity, I was wrong. It's 100% humidity. I think that's why it was so bad yesterday, because it did hit 89. It's supposed to be 89 again today, and I'll take up 6,000 feet in cold 15 miles any day over hot anything. So this is an old road bed. It turned into one just about 100 feet ago. What's nice about the Old Settlers Trail is there are wooden markers every now and then when there's a bend, or sometimes when there's like a T pointing you in the right direction. Not every time, I noticed, but a lot of the time. So it's easy to follow pretty much. There's a lot of little spurs that go out to Highway 321, and so I'm assuming that's probably why they did it along the way here. We've made it to the end of the Old Settlers Trail. And here is the sign for it. Right there. I'm just going to stop here and have lunch. Now I start the 3.2 mile trek up to campsite 32 on the Grapeyard Ridge Trail. Okay, I can't film too much because it's raining, but that rock right there is where my daughter and I sat to take a break last year when we hiked this trail for the first time up to the campsite. It's funny how just little things like that are nostalgic. Okay, I decided I'm going to go ahead and record because it's not really hard rain. It's a thunder shower, but sounds like it passed over me closer to like the AT. So I have about a mile left, I believe. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll get there in good timing. This rain has actually helped cool down the area. So it has nearly stopped raining, and I have made it to the campsite. Oh, well, this just tells you that Grapeyard Ridge Trail continues on. So it looks like tomorrow I'll have 4.4 miles to go. And then here's my site that says campsite 32, 100 yards this way. So I'm hopeful there is a creek nearby. There's a creek right back there, so I could always come back up this way. I couldn't stop at the steam engine in the creek because it was raining pretty good at that point. I didn't want to mess up my camera. This rain has been a blessing. I did not bring my umbrella nor my pack cover for a couple reasons. I felt comfortable not bringing it. I knew that I have all of my things that need to be kept dry in dry places. This is the time of year that pop-up thunderstorms happen, and then they go, and that's exactly what happened. And there could be another one later on, but by then I'll have my tent up, so it won't matter. But it was such a blessing. It felt so good. And I've walked nearly the same amount of miles today as I did yesterday, and this was a game changer. It just goes to show that weather really does play a factor in how well your hike can go. So this is all the way back to the campsite here. I believe it's going to open up here. I'm going to go ahead and take this little trail. This says this holds 8, but this is so much bigger than campsite 33 from last night. So there's the center ring. And there are the bear bag hanging cables, excuse me. This looks pretty flat to me. I'll probably set up about right here.
Hi guys, I've been in my tent for a while now. When I got here and I started doing chores, I had to go back to the sign, so about 100 yards, and it's not a big flowing creek, so I was a little concerned that it might be a little more dried up tomorrow, so I actually went back there twice to make sure I had enough water for tonight and then some to filter for tomorrow. But in the process of all that, I got bit by some kind of bugs or flies. I think they were flies, in the process of doing the water, setting up my tent, and so I took Benadryl, of course. I put on some hydrocortisone cream, and as soon as I could, I just got in my tent. It's getting better. The itching is going away a little bit. I'm not hungry. It's almost 6 o'clock now. I've been laying in here for quite a while. It feels good to I've been doing my stretches, what I can do in this tent since it's not real tall. I've been taking care of things, but I just don't want to get out and get my food bag and eat. And I'm also contemplating taking off early tomorrow morning. I don't mind night hiking. I just wanted to get an early start on the day. I've only got 7 miles to go, and I kind of wanted to get started when the temperatures were a little lower. I don't know. I'm going to see what I'm going to do, but this might be it for the night.
Good morning. It is Thursday, August 26th, 2021. I've been on trail for about an hour now. It's almost 7. And I did get up pretty early and felt very rested. And I just thought it would be better to get started early so that the temperatures would be cooler, which was a good idea, because right out of the campsite I had a big climb. In fact, I just finished that climb, so about a mile or so. I've got about another not quite 3.5 miles on Grapeyard Ridge Trail, and then I will cross over to Baskins Creek Trail. All right, I have made it to the trail junction. I know it's probably real hard to see this one now. It looks like it's Big Dudley Horse Trail Stables. Goes to the left here. I've come 1.7 miles. All right, I have finally made it to the end of the Grapeyard Ridge Trail. The road is right around here somewhere, and I have to cross the road to the Baskins Creek Trail. All right, that's where I came out of Grapeyard Ridge Trail. I had to climb up this little bit of a hill, and here's my Baskins Creek Trail sign. I am 2.7 miles away from my car and super excited. I think this trail is supposed to be wide like this, which makes it so much easier. There is a little bit up and down from what I understand, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I'm not so sure if I'm going to stop at the falls. I'm eager to get to my car and get the stench off of me. So, I don't know. We'll see. I did not go to the falls. And I'm glad I didn't. I am done with this backpacking trip. Technically speaking, I think I need to do the .01 to Trillium Gap Trail. And I think there is a trail that comes out to my car if I go this way. So I'm going to finish with that. And then I am done. Baskins Creek Trail was nice. It was hilly, but I think I'm just so tired. It really wasn't that bad. It's supposed to be, I think, still like 86 today. It's about almost 11 o'clock. Excuse me. Sorry, the bugs are all over me. Yeah, I'm just done. So, I think this concludes the Baskins Creek Trail. Let's see. Yep. Right there. Trillium Gap, Rainbow Falls. This is it for me. I promise I don't smell any better than I look right now. But I'm very glad that I did this trail. I know I complained a lot. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm excited to get in my car, get cleaned off, get in my car, and go home. Take care. Thanks for watching.